Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out a lot of new makeup ranging from brushes to lip products and lash glue. I got a whole bunch of random stuff here. So most of it has been featured in the haul that I just uploaded. However, I have a couple things in here that I've purchased a while ago and I just haven't ever used, or it's stuff that I have only used once or twice and I'm just like still getting a feel for it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and let's get into it. So the first product I have here is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit. I actually bought this on accident. I meant to get the Precisely My Brow Pencil. The difference between the two is that this one has this like angular, it's almost like a diamond angular shape here. So we'll see how this goes. I have a feeling I'm probably not gonna like it just because I like my brow pencils to be very like thin so I can get in there really good and very precise with the brow hairs, but we're gonna try this out and see how it goes. I kind of like that. It's a little harder for me to do on this side. I don't know, this side ended up looking a little janky, but I don't know. I'm just gonna set my brows in place and then clean them up later. But as of right now, I'm just gonna do my face and then they'll look better later, I swear. I'm not gonna be trying out a new primer today. I'm just gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Light. I am gonna be using a new foundation though. So I just wanted to make sure that I used a primer that I usually use so that I could get a feel for it, you know? I didn't wet my beauty blender. All right, the foundation I'm gonna be trying out today is the Dior Skin Forever foundation. I got it in the shade 15. It does oxidize. I have tried this out before, but only once before this video. When I put it on, it ended up getting a lot darker as I wore it and as it dried. We will be carrying this down the neck. This is a full coverage, but look at it on my hand. It looks a little light. It will get darker. It's a full coverage, but I feel like a lot doesn't pump out. So I feel like I'm using a lot of product, but I think it just doesn't pump out as much as a regular foundation pump. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I'm just dotting it and then I'm gonna blend it in with my beauty blender. Oh, so I used to use this foundation. This used to be my favorite foundation like a few years ago. I got it in gratis when I worked at Sephora, and it's so funny because the scent just like brings me back to that time. Isn't that weird? It's so highly fragranced that it just reminds me of when I was working there and just like what I was going through at that time. Isn't that weird how fragrance can do that? So it seems like it's gonna be light and then it like matches me pretty good as far as this goes, but I have self tanner on here and I feel like it's gonna match that pretty well once it dries. The other day when I wore this foundation too, I felt like it looked dry and cakey at first, which I'll show you. I feel like it might do that today too. But as I wore it, it ended up looking better, I felt. I will be doing a full review on this foundation once I try it out a little bit longer, but so far so good. I'm liking it right now, and I liked it the other day when I tried it. I don't have a new concealer to try, so I'm just gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna be cream contouring today, and I'm gonna try the Crown Contour and Highlight Sticks. I have tried these before, but only a couple times, and I've never used them on camera. They do dry pretty quickly, so I'm only gonna do like one section at a time. So I'm gonna go here, start there, and then grab my brush and start blending that out, just because I feel like it dries pretty quick. And I am using the shade Brulee. So yeah, that looks a lot better. I have a very round face shape, so this is how I've been contouring lately, and I think it looks so much better on my face. Every time I do it though, I've been trying a different product just because I want to find out what product I like the most for it. I usually use the Bobbi Brown foundation stick in almond, but I feel like it's really orangey. I do like that product, but it is very expensive and I don't want to go and buy it again in a different shade. So this so far actually is a really nice shade. I like that it's not too like orangey at all. That was one, so much quicker, and two, the color just was perfect. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. I think that's a really good color. I do have a brand new bronzer to try. I'm actually really excited to try this one out. I have never tried it before. You'll get my first impression. This is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer. I do love the packaging and it really is huge. This is like the size of like an average size bronzer or highlighter, and then this is the bronzer. So it is more red toned, which I like. It almost gives you like a sunburnt kind of look, which sounds bad, but it's not. Red toned bronzers tend to make it look like you were naturally out in the sun. So I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna use my favorite brush for bronzing, which is the Real Techniques blush brush. I'm just gonna pick it up here. Tap off a lot of the excess because you never know. That's pretty. It honestly looks exactly like what I pictured in my mind. I'm honestly really loving this bronzer. It's pigmented, and I don't know if it's because it's paired with this brush right now, but I feel like when I apply it, it's not like I have to go back and blend. I could just like do one sweep and it seems like it just whoofs on my face. Could be the brush though, because this brush is really awesome, but the color is really nice. I'm gonna bring it down my neck a little bit, just to kind of bring it all together. Next, I'm gonna use a new blush from MAC. This is, well, it's not new. It's new to me. This is the Peaches blush here. You can see it in comparison to the other ones that I use very frequently. And I'm gonna use the MAC 168 brush. Gotta tap off a lot. Oh, that is really pretty. That's a really pretty color. I like that. Okay, I'm really, really excited to try out this highlighter. This is the Spotlight palette in Pearl from Casey Holmes and Smashbox. This is what it looks like. I want to try like all the shades, so let's do this. I'm first gonna take the center shade. It looks like it's gonna be the most like universal. Oh, that is really pretty. Oh my goodness. That is like super highlighted. That's really pretty. Wow. I'm gonna pick up some of this like more yellowy shade here, just on the tip of the brush, and put it right in the center because I know it's even brighter than that other one. I'm also gonna use that one on the nose. And then I'm gonna pick up this shade here, which has some sparkle in it, and kind of go over all of it. When I swatched this, it looked really beautiful, but I wasn't expecting such a high highlight look. I don't know why. I didn't think it was gonna be this frosty, but I like that though. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna pick up some translucent powder from Laura Mercier and my beauty blender sponge. And I'm gonna use this just to clean up under here. This just helps to brighten it up and really give that sort of shape that I'm looking for with my contour. I'm gonna move on to the eye area next, but I'm gonna let this sit and kind of like brighten up this area on my face while I do the eyes. So today I'm mainly gonna be trying out these brushes from Smith. I have the 235 and the 247 and the 202 liner brush. I'm gonna start by just taking any kind of neutral shade. I'm gonna take Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, which is this one here. And I'm just going to put that in the crease before doing any other shades. This is just gonna help map out the look, just like a helper shade. Now I'm gonna go and use the Smith 235 brush. It is very, very tapered and like thin, so it's gonna be really great to kind of get right there in the crease. I'm gonna take the color Latte, which is from Makeup Geek, and it's a really good neutral brown. Approach this from the top and try to get right there in the socket of the eye, and then start winging this out. Yes, this is doing exactly what I wanted it to do, exactly what I thought it was going to do. It's just getting me in there, nice and deep like. I'm kind of like feeling where my bone is in here, that little socket, and just go flick it out. I wanted to use these brushes with eyeshadows that I already know that I love, just because I'm mainly focusing on the brushes right now. And say I was using a crappy eyeshadow, I don't know if it would be the eyeshadow or the brush that's like making it bad, you know? And I'm just sitting here building up this color. I'm still using Latte, just using a little bit at a time, getting my shape, and then adding a little bit more. I'm gonna use the Smith 247 brush. This is a lot smaller and more domed shaped. The 235 is a lot more pointed. By grabbing tan lines, it's this shade here from Makeup Geek. Just build up the color and add onto the shape. I'm gonna move on to a different brush to get more dimension, but so far I love these brushes. I kind of already knew that I would, just because I have some other ones that I really love from Smith, and they're like the best brushes I've ever tried in makeup. I feel like a lot of times when I try new brushes, I have to like break them in at first to see if I'm really going to like them, but I don't have to do that with these. They just work right away, which is really exciting, and I love that. So far so good. But I am gonna show you how I finish off this look. I'm gonna take this eyeshadow that I actually bought in December, maybe even November, and then I never showed it in a haul, and it just sat in the box and I haven't used it. It's from MAC. It's called I'm Into It. It's a like reddish purpley brown. It's kind of like right up my alley. So I'm gonna take it on an angled brush and just really define this shape here. And then when I get here, I'm just gonna flick because you don't want to carry the end too far out. So I'm just going to flick. And then I'm gonna deepen that up. And then I'm gonna go back into the 235, which is the tapered one, and pick up any of those other shades and pop it right here and blend that upwards. I'm gonna pick up Cabin Fever from Makeup Geek and blend that out with the 247 brush. And now I'm just gonna clean up that edge and really brighten up the eyelid with a matte shade. I'm gonna use Tempera from the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. And I'm just gonna use this flat brush and just pat this color all over the lid. Bring it right up to that crease. I'm gonna put some Durline in my Inglot gel liner to reactivate it. And then I'm gonna be using the 202 brush from Smith. It is a very teeny tiny eyeliner brush. I'm excited. I hope that this is really good. All right, that took forever. I don't know how I feel about this 202 brush from Smith. I feel like it was a little pokey. It's honestly a little hard for me to do my eyeliner. It's just like half the size of my regular liner brush that I usually use. So I feel like, I don't know, I'll keep trying it. I don't know how I feel. It's really pokey and that took a really long time. Under my eyes, I'm gonna take that I'm Into It shade from MAC and pop this right on the lash line. I'm gonna use the 235 brush, the tapered one, and pick up any of those browns. I think I'm gonna use tan lines and just look up and blend this out. I'm gonna take some black eyeliner, put it in the waterline, and then use the I'm Into It shade to blend it out. I'm gonna use the Casey Holmes palette and take the lightest shade, mix it with the middle shade, and highlight my inner corners of my eyeballs. I'm gonna be trying out a new eyelash glue today. This is the House of Lashes glue. Ooh, it smells weird. It smells like Christmas decorations. Okay. It's so cool. When it goes on, it turns like a greeny color. It's like a holographic glitter. Well, that's nice. Oh man, that's so weird. I've been using the same glue for years, ever since I started applying false lashes years ago. And what's cool about this House of Lashes glue is that it's so thin, you barely need any, and it doesn't interfere with sticking them on. Does that make any sense? It just kind of like, I don't know, it becomes one with your lash, and then you just pop it on and it sticks. It's really good. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this away now. It's been a while. Okay. I think I'm gonna be a basic bitch and go in with a nude, pinky nude. So I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I have tried this already and I think it could be quite possibly my favorite nude lip liner, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the Hot Lips lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury in the color Kim K. Debs. It's a very light pale nude with a little bit of a sheen, or actually a lot of sheen. All right, you guys, this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty much liked everything. The only thing I wasn't like a huge fan of was this brush from Smith Cosmetics. It's the 202, but I think I just need to like keep getting a feel for it. This lip is actually growing on me, the finish of it. I think if I knew that it was this finish when I first bought it, then I would have loved it right off the bat, but it is kind of like a really pale nude. I don't really have anything that looks exactly like this. So yeah, I really like how this turned out. I love cut creases and it just makes me feel extra fierce. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've tried out any of these products and you love them or don't like them or whatever your opinion is, let me know that down below in the comment section. And also let me know if there's any other products that I should be picking up and I need in my collection and that you'd like me to do another full face first impressions on. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out and I'll see you later. Bye.